Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital offered some wildly unpopular storylines, including those with Cyrus Renault, Jeff Kober, Sasha Gilmore, Sophia Matson, and most of all, Sam McCall, Kelly Monaco. Fans have been on fire and raging over that last one with Sam. They started a petition, rented a billboard, and even sent a signage truck by the studio to voice their outrage. Our number 5 worst plot of the year past is the unasked for redemption of Heather Weber, Allie Mills. She was a killer long before her hip implant. G8 cleaning up the notorious hoop killer sparked anger among fans. Even worse, on General Hospital, Mayor Laura Spencer, Jenny Francis, helped her case. Then bringing back Stephen Lars Weber, Scott Reeves, was frustrating. Our number 4 most disliked plot was Christina Corinthos, Kate Monsey, and Molly Lansing's, Kristen Vegano's, surrogacy story. It took a distasteful turn on General Hospital. Christina's antics were terrible, and then culminating in the baby's accidental death iced the cake. We ranked Sasha Gilmore's retcon as a Scorpio as our 3rd worst plot of 2024. Not because we dislike the Scorpios, but because of what General Hospital then did with Holly Sutton, Emma Soms, and Robert Scorpio, Tristan Rogers. Our number 2 storyline we disliked the most was Sam McCall's fate as they set up Kelly Monaco's firing. Having Cyrus Renault murder Sam and also Dex Heller, Evan Hofer, made fans rage. General Hospital wrapping Sam's death at Cyrus' hands into Lulu Spencer's, Alexa Havens, recast was a further frustration. But by far, the number 1 worst plot on GH in the past year was about Drew Quartermain, Cameron Matheson. Watch the video to find out which particular storyline of Drew's made it our worst plot. And also see our 5 honorable mentions for terrible General Hospital plots, because there were so many to choose over the prior year on GH. For a show that's been on the air since 1963, General Hospital has delivered its fair share of legendary moments. From the Ice Princess to Stone's heartbreaking death and beyond, GH has had highs few soaps can rival. But not every storyline is a triumph. Some plotlines go so far off the rails, they leave fans confused, frustrated, or just plain bored. Today, let's dive into some of the worst General Hospital storylines in recent memory, with a special focus on Sam McCall, Cyrus Renault, Sasha Gilmore, and a few others who deserved far better. 1. Sam McCall's parole, a love story killer. Sam McCall has been many things: a con artist, a PI, a mother, and one half of one of GH's most beloved pairings with Jason Morgan. So when the writers decided to wedge a ridiculous parole storyline into her arc, fans were left scratching their heads. After shooting Shiloh in defense of Jason and others, Sam was arrested, fined, then inexplicably kept away from Jason due to parole terms. These terms forbade her from associating with known felons, essentially putting a no-contact order between her and Jason. In other words, this was a contrived excuse to keep Sam apart for months. What made it worse was the execution. The storyline dragged on endlessly, without meaningful development. Sam moped. Jason brooded. Their chemistry was squandered. Viewers watched 2 dynamic characters reduced to a tired, we can't be together loop, despite decades of GH regularly bending legal realities for drama. Worse still, Sam's character became more whiny and reactive instead of the strong, smart woman fans knew. The whole thing felt like a lazy plot device to dismantle Sam without admitting to it. Creative fix. Rather than inventing parole rules that made no sense, why not let Sam choose to walk away from Jason for her own reasons, maybe to redefine herself outside of his dangerous world? That would have been character-driven, not plot-mandated nonsense. 2. Cyrus Renault's mob takeover, all style, no substance. When Cyrus Renault was introduced, fans were intrigued. A new mob boss with a sinister streak, connected to major drug operations, and somehow tied to the Corinthos clan. There was potential, but that potential quickly fizzled in a wave of overexposure, incoherent motivation, and lazy writing. Instead of building Cyrus as a formidable long-term threat, GH turned him into a cartoonish villain. He was involved in everything: hospital board manipulations, kidnapping Laura's family, running drugs, targeting Sonny, and even trying to act like a caring brother to Martin. The sheer volume of his machinations made it hard to take him seriously. What really ruined Cyrus, though, was the lack of consistency. One day he was a cold-blooded killer. The next, he was whining about being misunderstood. And later, he was rotting in prison while continuing to pull strings like a daytime Lex Luthor, with zero accountability. There was no depth, just chaos. Creative fix. Cyrus could have been the calm, methodical kind of villain. Think Breaking Bad's Gus Fring, a man with a public face, a brutal backstory, and a slow-burn rivalry with Sonny and Laura. Instead, he was written like a madman with a script and a deadline. 3. Sasha Gilmore's Downward Spiral, Tragedy Without Traction. Sasha Gilmore had one of the most promising starts of any new GH character in years. She was introduced as Nina's fake daughter, but quickly developed her own identity, charm, and audience appeal. Her romance with Michael and eventual bond with Brando had real emotional weight. But then came the writer's decision to send her into a full-on drug addiction arc. To be clear, addiction stories can be powerful. GH has done them well before, egg Lucky Spencer. But Sasha's arc felt rushed, shallow, and exploitative. After losing her baby Liam, she spiraled. Understandably, but her grief was painted in the broadest, most erratic strokes. She became a barely functioning mess on screen, making terrible decisions left and right. The worst part? The writing kept placing her in trauma loops with no sense of healing. Fake marriages, public meltdowns, being drugged live on TV, getting manipulated by Glades, it was all too much, too fast, and never allowed Sasha to rise again. The audience didn't get a moment to breathe with her. Instead, they were dragged through pain after pain, until the storyline felt like character assassination, not development. Creative fix. Give Sasha time to mourn, step away from the spotlight, and find herself. Instead of turning her grief into spectacle, GH should have invested in showing her slowly rebuild with the help of true friends like Willow, Brooklyn, or even Maxie, and emerge stronger. 4. The Drew Kane return. Or who is this guy really? When Drew Kane returned from the dead, fans were hopeful. Billy Miller's Drew had developed a loyal fan base, and while Cameron Matheson is a capable actor, the writing gave him almost nothing to work with. His return was full of potential. He could reclaim his life, fight for Scout, maybe form a new triangle with Sam and Dante. But instead, Drew became a motivational speaker with zero edge. The man survived kidnapping, mind control, near death, yet emerged as a boring, overly sunny cardboard cutout. His romance with Carly was rushed and chemistry light. His conflict with Jason was non-existent, and his heroic traits were told, not shown. All in all, Drew became a generic good guy stand-in who lacked the nuance that made fans care in the first place. Creative fix. Bring back Drew with baggage, PTSD, resentment toward Jason, a desire to redefine himself, but not quite knowing how. Let him clash with people, let him fail. That would be human. What we got was Hallmark hero Drew. 5. The never-ending Nina versus Carly war. What began as juicy soap drama, Nina keeping Sonny's survival secret, has become an exhausting ping-pong match of bitterness, hypocrisy, and emotional immaturity. Carly and Nina are both flawed women. That should be the foundation for compelling storytelling. Instead, GA's writing team doubled down on making them both reactive, petty, and incapable of growth. Whether it's Nina reporting Carly and Drew to the SEC, or Carly constantly taking the moral high ground to spite her past sins, viewers have grown weary of the lack of resolution or evolution. Even Sunny, the supposed center of the triangle, has become a plot puppet, bouncing between these women with zero consistency. And let's not forget how Nina's character went from savvy editor-in-chief to impulsive mess. Creative fix. Let Carly and Nina grow. Imagine if they called a truce for Donna and Wiley's sakes, then slowly began to understand each other. Conflict could still arise, but it would mean something. Instead, we're trapped in a loop where nothing changes except who's yelling louder that week. Honorable mentions. Austen's Murder Mystery. GH wasted Roger Howarth's talents again with a character who had zero roots, zero clarity, and an anticlimactic exit. Austen deserved a better beginning and end. The Willow cancer story. Started strong, became a mess. Willow hiding her leukemia for months was baffling, then her life-threatening illness became background noise to Nina/Carly drama. Esmond's amnesia plot. Villain amnesia is a tired trope, and GH did nothing fresh with it. Esm as a confused, helpless mother didn't fool viewers or provide intrigue. Final thoughts. No soap gets it right 100% of the time. General Hospital has an impressive legacy, but sometimes that legacy is weighed down by convoluted plots, underdeveloped character arcs, and missed opportunities. When fan-favorite characters like Sam, Sasha, or Drew are written into corners, it's not just disappointing. It feels like a betrayal of the history GH built with its audience. Still, there's always hope. Soaps are cyclical. A poorly written arc today can be redeemed tomorrow. Let's just hope the GH writers learn from the worst and start leaning into the best again. Compelling drama, emotional depth, and characters who actually grow. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our GH News 24 YouTube channel for more update news.